What is going on? Today I'm gonna show you guys my $14,655 home studio slash gaming slash content creator setup. So I'm gonna need you guys to sit back, grab some popcorn, kick your feet up, and come and enjoy this tour, man. Let's roll. Let's roll. Alright, before we get into this home studio tour, if you're new to the page, my name is Party Boy TV, and on this page we're going to be covering DIY projects, tech unboxing videos, and home lifestyle setups. So if you're interested in any of these kind of things, please go ahead and subscribe to your boy, man. I greatly appreciate it. And your boy almost about to be monetized. Only need about 300 more subscribers. I got the watch time hours. I just need the subscribers to go ahead and subscribe.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So if you can, subscribe, like, or even comment on this video, man, I'd greatly appreciate it. Now, one little disclaimer I do got for y'all before we go into this room. I am going to be using my phone a little bit because a lot of this stuff that's in this room, I don't remember all the prices to, or maybe some of the technical names on it. So that's just going to be one of the little things that's going to be with it. But again, I appreciate you guys for watching this video. And come on, man, I feel like this MTV Cribs, man. Come on, man, come check my spot out, man. Come check it out. Alright, so this is the home studio tour, and first things first, we're gonna go with the IKEA desktop pack. Now, in my situation, I didn't go with the IKEA desktop pack. What I did was I went to Lowe's and purchased me a butcher block countertop from Lowe's called the Allen's Roth Espresso Wood. Now, the reason why I didn't really like the IKEA desktop pack is because, well, I ain't gonna say I didn't like the hack, but I didn't like the IKEA butcher blocks is because a lot of their woods was lighter colored, and I wanted a darker color, more matte finish. Come take a look at this real quick. If you can see, like more like the matte finished tone to it. So that's specifically why I went with that. Now, the cool thing about this desktop that I like is that it was much bigger than the IKEA desktop butcher block that they had. So this one came in at 72 by 39 inches wide, which was plenty enough space. So I actually cut mine down to 36 inches. And so I want to give a huge shout out to my pops. He did super plug, man. He used to work at a wood shop back in the day when he was a kid, and the wood shop is still around. The owner's name is Brian now, and he was super cool, super helpful to me because I was able to take this butcher block over to his shop. He was able to cut down the extra wood. So like I said, this was a 39 inches wide. I got to cut down to 36. And with the extra wood, I had him build me a desk shelf, which I'm pretty sure this probably would have cost a whole lot of money. If you could go ahead and get a top on that desk shelf. Yeah, so the desk shelf right there, man, if you probably would have went and did this on your own, this probably would have cost you at least probably like $300, $400. Shout out to him. That only cost me $100. And then this butcher block that I got from Lowe's only cost me $399, man. So that's a steal, man. You get a super massive desk with a lot of real estate and be able to take care of everything you need to take care of. All right, so with this butcher block countertop, I paired it up with the Top Sky. You can see right here, the Top Sky desk riser legs. All right, now the reason why I went with the Top Sky desk riser legs is because it is a dual motor system, and honestly, man, this thing is quiet, man, and it's super strong. It can take up to 255 pounds. I did a lot of playing around on this too, you know what I mean? So I but it's super dope with having a desk riser because I'm a truck driver, man, and I do a lot of working, and I drive a lot. So I don't like to come home and per se sit down all the time. I do like to stand up. So you know what I mean? You're able to get that stand up action. And actually, I'm going to demonstrate it for you guys. So hold on real quick. And as you can see, it's fairly quiet. So this is like my stand-up session. And also another cool thing about this, they got 3 buttons on here that you can customly set for whatever size you want. So you know what I mean? That's perfect, man. It's a perfect little setup. This is the Top Sky, and this actually ran me $250. So that is the move right there. All right, so All right, so what is on the actual desk? First things first, the first thing I'm gonna cover is my keyboard. This is a Logitech MX Keys S, and boy, oh boy, this thing is dope. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not really into the whole keyboard thing that everybody be doing and all that stuff. I really don't care about that. I just care about the purpose and the functionality of the keyboard. In this particular case, this keyboard is super dope because I can switch from 3 different computers, and that's very important. As you can see, I got a lot of computers and stuff going on over here, so that's the specific reason why I purchased this one. And it's low profile and flat, and the materials is actually super amazing. Like it feels like it's metal or something along those lines. And again, this Logitech keyboard ended up costing me $100. All right, next on the list is the Logitech mouse, and this is the Logitech M720. Now again, same thing with the keyboard. The reason why I went with this mouse is because I can use it with multiple different computers at one time, and you can switch from each of the computers very easily. I love it. Perfect design, man. And I know there's better ones, but this one to me is just the best for what I needed to do. Now, the only gripe that I got about this mouse is the fact that it does run off batteries. I do not like that. I feel like it should have had a rechargeable battery system to it, but it doesn't. The keyboard does though, so if you're interested in getting one, it does have its own rechargeable battery to it, so that's good. All right, next on the list is my mouse pad. As you're gonna see here, the mouse pad ain't nothing crazy. It's just a RGB mouse pad. I love the RGB on this, and one thing about it, man, RGB is gonna be seen all around this room, man, so y'all stay tuned to it. So again, this ended up running me about $25. Nothing crazy. You could probably find this on Amazon again, but again, like I said, nothing too crazy. All right, next thing that we gonna cover in here is going to be my laptops. All right, so and the functionalities of why I got certain laptops and what I got going on. So first laptop I got down here is the HP. No need to cover that. The HP laptop, I'm not sure which model it is. It's just one of the ones with the touch screen and the multi-purpose where it can flip into a tablet and switch back. The reason why I rock with this was like my first actual laptop that had real functionality and had some power behind it. This ended up costing me about $500, but specifically, as you can see, I do music. You see my mic arm and stuff over here. I do music. That is specifically now just my music computer, and that's all I do on that computer. Next, I'm gonna have to go to it, man. If you know me, you know I'm all Team Galaxy, Team PC, but I had to break the bank a little bit to pick this one up. This right here, I got the MacBook Pro 2013 Retina display. Now, I don't know all the specs to this one. It wasn't too crazy. I bought this actually used from a authorized used dealer. And the reason why I picked this one up because it already had a couple of programs on it, like Logitech, Final Cut Pro, and a few other programs that only Mac can get. Again, you know me, I'm not no Apple head. I really don't use it that much, but I bought it to diversify my awareness with computers and stuff. Like I said, just in case I need to use Final Cut Pro or use Logitech when I'm recording or anything like that. That's specifically why I went the Mac route. Now, I really don't like Mac. You know, I like PC, but you know, I do got an iPhone. The little integrated system and stuff seem cool. I really don't do all the integrated, you know, Apple stuff. You know what I'm saying? I really like the PC setup and all that, and with the Samsung and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, I got an iPhone here, but you know, I got the Galaxy. You know what I'm saying? Galaxy S24 gang. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't cheating on my Samsung nights, but you know what I mean? You gotta have some of both. But honestly, man, even with having both of them, I noticed that I really just don't like the Mac like that. It's not a functional device for me. You know what I mean? And a lot of people like it, but I don't really like it. But I mean, it serves its purpose, man. It does what it needs to do. All right, and last on this list, we got my last PC. If you can see right here, come zoom in on that. Now this baby right here is a monster. This is my Dell 17-inch XPS, and this right here is my workhorse. All right, so I'm not to say my Mac ain't a workhorse, but this right here is running i7 10th gen. I'm not sure exactly which one. i7 10th gen processor. The GPU has a 2060 in it, so it has plenty enough power for me to be able to do some editing on the fly and on the go, and it has 32 gigs of RAM. So this right here was a perfect little choice for me to be able to just move around when I'm at work and I got a little bit of downtime and I still want to edit and get some work done when I'm out on the road. And again, for the gaming, I'm not all the way into PC gaming yet, but that 2060 should be able to give me a little bit of gaming and get me rolling, you know what I mean? So that's why I picked that up. and the price tag on this one is $1,300. And also, by the way, this MacBook price tag on this was about $500 because I bought it used, and I bought it a little bit later in the year, so about like $500 or $600 something. Or no, I think it was $700. Sorry, $700. So $700 for the MacBook, $1,300 for the deal. That's how we rolling. Now, on to the next thing. The next thing we have on my list is the Stream Deck over here. You can check that out real quick. All right, so the Stream Deck. What is the Stream Deck and why did I purchase it? Basically, the Stream Deck is like a keyboard for your PC. Basically, what you could do is command it to do a whole bunch of cool things. Like you could press it and turn on all the lights in your room. You can press it to make all kinds of programs activate. You can even see what the internet doing. You can see all kinds of little things, and you can put little cool widgets on it and like diagrams on it and stuff like that. It's super cool, but the problem with me is, and the problem with a lot of people who do this content creator stuff is, you buy into the hype. Now, I'm going to tell you this one thing for sure. This isn't a hype item, but it's one of them items that if you buy it, you do need to sit down and learn it. And I just specifically haven't had time to sit down and learn the Stream Deck. But I highly do recommend it if you are interested in it. Go ahead and check it out. Like I said before, most of all these items is going to be down in the description. So yeah, that's what's to it. The Stream Deck. The Stream Deck, that ended up costing me about $130. All right. So now we're going to move on to the next item. My iPad. All right, so with the iPad, this is a part of my content creating setup. That was probably about $300, but the reason why I use this for my content creating is because what I do with it is I use it as a teleprompter. I use it as a notepad to write all my information down and everything I gotta write for my content creating. So all my scripts, I usually use the iPad. Now, I know what you're gonna say, oh Party Boy, why are you using the iPad? Well, I did have a Surface Pro, but it was a little outdated and I ain't had the money yet to go purchase the newer Surface Pro. So when I do get the money to get the newer Surface Pro, I'm gonna put the iPad to rest and probably give it to my son or something like that. But for the time being, I usually use it for scripts and using it as a teleprompter. So what I also do is use it up under my camera and to be able to have it blown, have my words in the script blown up big so I could be able to talk easily and professional. Now I do know Elgato is definitely a tough, like Elgato got all the cool gadgets and gadgets if you want to be a content creator and streamer. But I am thinking about getting the Elgato teleprompter thing that they got, but I just ain't got into it yet. You know what I'm saying? I just ain't got into it yet. But yeah, that's the iPad, and this ended up, like I said before, ended up costing me about $300. All right, now let's move on to the screens. All right, so the screens here. All right, so these screens are the LG GP83B 27-inch Ultra Gear monitors. Now, I ain't gonna lie, these monitors right here is definitely next level. Now, I did have some older monitors back in the day. They were only 60 hertz. If you are a gamer, you understand what the hertz mean. But I'm not gonna go too deep into details about the screen, but what I basically wanted was to get a screen that was like not over the top expensive, but still budget friendly, but still give you good quality. So again, this is an IP rated monitor. So basically what that means is it's a matte finish. It has 144 hertz. So for you gamers that want to game on your PC, you can definitely get a little bit more gaming out of your monitor, right? For me, I'm not a high core gamer, so I don't need 240 something hertz with the gaming and stuff. I just need a good quality monitor with good specs and can do basically everything I need to do and have good color accuracy. That's very important, especially when you editing videos and color grading your videos. You need good color accuracy. So again, these are the LG monitors. I'm not gonna say the name again, like I said, but these end up running me about $429. Now, the first one I bought before I bought all three of them, I paid $429 for it. But the other two, I ended up getting them on a Black Friday sale and end up getting them for $279. So that is the LG monitors right there for you. All right, so on to the next thing, the big rig. All right, so this is a massive computer right here, man. It ain't the highest spec computer, but I'm gonna tell you right now, you don't gotta buy into the hype. Please don't buy into the hype when it comes to these things, man. Just get what you can get, but also make sure when you purchasing stuff like this, man, you buying it for future proofing. All right, so I'm about to break this computer down, man, and let you guys know what I got. So first on first, what we got is a LAN Cool 2 monitor with the front RGB strips on it. I got RGB in the inside. Basically what we running on this computer is a i7 11th gen processor. For the GPU, we are running a 3060 Ti. Now, a lot of y'all might be like, oh man, 3060 Ti, that's not super high specs and all that stuff. But guess what, man? You need to buy what's in your budget. And to me, what I bought was in my budget was, I told myself, I said, hey, look, let me see what's about the PS5 or Xbox specs. What can we get that's on that level or not a little bit better? And basically what came back to me was the 3060 or the 3060 Ti. Now, again, like I said before, this PC, I'm not a high-core gamer, man. I probably don't even PC game like that, or I probably won't be PC gaming like that. I really like the consoles like that, you know, like the PS5. But with this being said, I can still get a little bit of higher quality gaming out of the PC. But mainly, this is the workhorse for my content creator, right? So my content creation, editing 4K videos, and if you don't know that 4K videos is taxing, 4K videos is taxing on your PC. So you need something with a lot of power, a lot of voltage and amps and all that good stuff up in there, you know what I mean, to be able to get all this stuff done. But like I said, off the GPU, we got 32 gigs of RAM, which is DDR4, I think 36 hertz. And then after that, what we got in here? Also, I got an Elgato gaming capture card, the 4K 60 hertz capture card inside. Now, that's important for you streamers because that's able to capture all your footage and get everything in crystal HD and smooth, and it's super fast with the latency. Now I do know they did drop a newer one. I haven't bought it. When I do get my hands on it though, I'm gonna make sure I make a video for you guys so you guys can check it out and let me know what y'all think, and I'm gonna let y'all know what I think about it. All right, off that note, that's basically PC rig right there, man. I got another PC down here too as well. I'm not gonna break no details down on it because that's an old rig and it's outdated, so I just kind of use it as a stand for my new PC. You know what I'm saying? But cool, off that. So the PC rig, with all the stuff that I told y'all, that I said, that I put in here, and let me tell you, I bought this during the pandemic. This ended up costing me about $2,500. $2,500. And the GPU, which is a 3060 Ti, which I know MSP is probably about $400. I ended up paying like $700 for that. So yeah, man, they taxed me on this, man. They definitely taxed me on this, so it's all good. Now, I'm gonna explain why I got 3 monitors and why I got all this rigged up. So like I told you guys earlier, I got 3 laptops. One of the main things with my laptops is I got a laptop for music, I got a MacBook for all the other extra stuff, and then I got the PC. So how I operate this is I use one screen for each of the computers, right? So basically on my left screen I have my laptop plugged into it, because I mean each of these monitors have 2 HDMI ports in it. So I have my laptop plugged into this one, I have my MacBook plugged over to this one, and then I have my desktop plugged into this one. Now again, my PC, the main big rig, can run all 3 screens. So if I'm not running my Mac or my music computer, I have all 3 screens for real estate. And let me tell you one thing about this, multitasking is a big thing. I am a multitasker. I love to do multiple things at one time. So I love the 3 screen real estate. I probably never get rid of the 3 screens unless I could get 3 bigger screens, like 32s. These are 27s. I think this is big enough, but if I get a bigger room, a bigger setup, I'll probably get 32 or maybe even 42, something like that, you know what I'm saying? But it's very important to me to have all 3 of these screens, like I said, and I use the computers to do all the other things on the other computers as well, if I want to multitask on different operating systems like that, right? All right, cool. That basically wraps up the PC and the monitors. We do got monitor arms under here. The monitor arms, they some cheap stuff that you can get off Amazon. Like I said, I'm gonna post all the links down in the description below, but the monitor arms, they're about $25 on Amazon. I don't know the specific name off the top of my head, but when I do, I'll post a link down below. All right, moving on. Another important part that I got is the Cam Link. Now with the Cam Link right here, we got the Cam Link and we got the Cam Link Pro. All right, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I bought the Cam Link Pro first and I bought it prematurely. Okay, so why did I buy it prematurely? So when I originally bought it, I bought the 4K capture card and then I bought the Cam Link Pro. So essentially I was gonna game on this and then I was gonna put the Cam Link, and if you guys know what the Cam Link Pro is, it's basically where you're able to plug in multiple camera systems into it and be able to get multiple different angles. What I didn't know was the fact that my PC only has so many PCI lanes in it, so it's nowhere for this to fit. So in other words, I'm probably gonna have to get another PC rig that I'm gonna use strictly for gaming. I mean strictly for streaming video use, right? But the good thing about it is buying buying stuff like this is always future proofing, right? So again, I'm gonna come back to this one. This is the main one that I use though for my main camera setup when I'm doing my YouTube content creating with just one camera, right? But in the future to come, I am working on doing some podcasts, so just stay tuned. I got some podcasts and stuff coming through, but with the Camlink Pro, I'm gonna be able to use that for this podcast and get a really super nice setup with multiple different angles. So go ahead, just stay tuned for that. And so the Camlink Pro with the 4 different HDMI ports on it, that ended up running me about $250. And then the regular Camlink with the single HDMI, that ended up running me $100. All right, so that's what's that. All right, so right back in, another piece of being a content creator, you need space. Space is very important, and you need a super good card reader. Right over here, what I got for my card reader, I got the Pro Grade system. All right, so with the Pro Grade, man, if you don't know, it's basically an SD card reader, all kinds of other card readers. I'm not sure all the other names, like a CF card reader and many more. They got a bunch of different ones, but the reason why I bought this one is because it is very fast. When you uploading these videos and they be like 4 or 5K, when you shooting these videos in 4K and they be about 10 gigs, it take a long time for this stuff to get processed and sent over to your PC. So you need a super fast card reader to get all that done. Right on the back end, you're gonna also need a lot of space and storage when you're making these kind of videos, man. 4K videos eat up a lot of space, and you might actually want to just record in 1080p, to be honest, just to save yourself some space, because YouTube and Instagram and all that other stuff, Facebook, they gonna downgrade this stuff anyway, so you might as well record in something that's a little bit more better on your pockets. But again, back over here, I'm gonna show this a little later, you ain't gotta see that, but I got an 18 terabyte hard drive that I end up going to Best Buy and getting during Best Buy. It's probably a $300 product, but I got lucky and I was able to get it for about $200. It's a Western Gate. I'm gonna make sure I post a link down in the description. And then the Pro Grade card reader, that ended up running me $70. So go ahead, get you one of those as well. All right, next on the list is my little sturdy iPhone. So shout out to the plug. They definitely hooked me up. This ain't no crazy system. Specifically with this iPhone here, I know you guys gonna be laughing at me again. Why you got another iPhone? But anyway, it doesn't matter. I got this iPhone here specifically just help me stream. I do plan on getting more professional cameras and having a more professional camera to do my streaming. For the time being though, I'm using this iPhone because I don't have it tapped to nothing. It's not a phone line or nothing like that. It's just the extra for iPhone. And this iPhone is an iPhone 12, just the regular one. Probably cost about $700, $800. I ended up getting it from a friend of mine, only $100. So shout out to the plug for giving that to me, man. I appreciate it. They didn't need it no more. They upgraded their system. All right, on to the PlayStation Portal. All right, man. The PlayStation Portal, man. This is part of the setup too, man. When I'm gaming, sometimes I don't need to game in front of the TV, man. I take the Portal upstairs in the room, maybe before I'm going to bed, or I even take it on the road, man, because I'm a truck driver. When I had downtown, when I'm doing a live load, people unpacking the back of the truck, I'm able to sit down and fiddle with the PlayStation Portal, man. It is a cool system. I do got a video on it, so you can check it on YouTube. I am gonna post a link down in the description. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. The first video I got was about me being hyped about it. So y'all gonna have to stay tuned because I do got another video. And there's a lot of pros and there's a lot of cons with this PlayStation Portal. But nevertheless, I think it's still a good device. So go ahead, crop it. Hopefully they come out with a PlayStation Portal Pro. I ain't gonna lie to you, because that will probably be dope. I think it'll have the specs that I think I need out of it, because I like to competitive game. So yeah, hopefully they'll have the PlayStation Portal with better specs on it. You know what I mean? But that's all cool. The PlayStation Portal ended up costing me about $200, man. $200. All right, so next, we gonna step into the audio side of things, man. What are we doing with the audio? So first thing first, we're gonna start off with the KRKs. I got a super stand on these, man, and I'm grateful that I got this. So the pawn shop, man, if y'all don't know, is a stain. Sometimes people put stuff in the pawn shop that wasn't intended to be in the pawn shop, and sometimes they end up losing it. And you know what they say, man, one man trash is another man treasure. So that's my theory on some of these stuff when you find it in a pawn shop. But yeah, man, KRKs, man, when you buy these brand new, I think they go about $200 a piece. I end up getting these for $140, $130, maybe I think about $150 a piece. So it ended up costing me about $300. So I saved myself about $140 or $130. So I'm definitely grateful for that. And these are super good. And for the people who don't know what KRKs is or what these are monitor speakers. What they're designed to do is give you a flat frequency sound or a more realistic sound when you're editing music. Now I ain't gonna lie to you, I use it for editing music, but I kind of listen to it just for listening purposes. I like to sit in here and just just hear some music. Alongside with the KRKs, I got the subwoofer down here too. This is an add-on piece. And again, this piece right here is just to help the sound much better, right? So this, I want to say this is a 10-inch woofer, and this ended up running me $399 brand new. But what can I say? I got these for a steal, so I might as well go ahead and purchase that one brand new and go ahead and get it rolling. All right, so moving on, over here, we got the Audio Box 96. Now, with this system right here, most people might be like, man, you got the KRKs. What you doing with an Audio Box 96? Well, honestly, I do music, but I'm not a super enthusiast on music and making and editing music and all that good stuff. I'm actually just doing it for fun, more so as a hobby. So yeah, I don't need to get the most expensive interface. There are better ones. I have played with better ones and it definitely sounds much better. But a lot of them stuff be taxing on the pockets, you know what I'm saying? So this one right here only ended up costing me about $100, but some of the expensive ones cost you $1,000. And I'm like, man, I'd rather spend $1,000 on some content creating equipment than something like that. But it get the job done, you feel me? So yeah, and that's decent. Now onto that, we gonna move over to the, you can see on the side, the blue mic arm. We got the blue mic arm, man, alongside with the blue mic. Now, with this system right here, again, I'ma tell y'all, the pawn shop could be y'all best friend, man. So again, with the blue mic, I was able to manage to get this out of the pawn shop for about $140. Now, usually that microphone brand new goes for about $300. You know what I'm saying? Brand new. So I was able to get it for a super stain. Went and copped it. Never had a problem with it. Again, I'm not the most professional music artist or recording people that's super professional. We just trying to get a little bit of sauce in, get a little bit of work in, and yeah, man. So yeah, with the mic arm alongside with the blue mic, the mic arm ended up costing me $100. That was brand new. I ended up getting that from Best Buy, and then the mic, then the actual microphone, which is a condenser microphone, which basically gives me super good audio. So I got it for multi-purposes, right? So sometimes I record some of my YouTube content on there because it gives you crystal clear audio, and then I use it for recording music as well. And like I said before, that ended up running me for $170. All right. So let's move on to the other speakers right here. If you can see down there. So these are called the Sanyu 206s, and I got a video on YouTube, so I'm gonna send you guys the link down below so you can check it out. But basically, the Sanyus, man, these are my backup speakers. One thing about these KRKs, they are super loud and they give off a lot of sound, but sometimes I don't need all that sound, right? Sometimes when I come home late because I work overnight, I don't need all the extra sound. I need something that's a little bit more quieter, a little bit less bassier, because these, I cannot run these without my subwoofers. The subwoofer has to run, and at night when my son is asleep, I can't run them. Well, I can run them, but I'm gonna wake the house up, and that ain't the goal. So these right here are just some real handy dandy bookshelf speakers, and they kind of fit the aesthetics of the black and yellow like the KRKs, so they perfect for me. Now again, these end up running me $129. Is they gonna wake the block up? Nah. Is they gonna get the job done? Yes. When I'm editing videos, get the job done. And there's no distortion, none of those kind of things. It's pretty decent on bass, and you can turn it up and down, and it comes with a controller, so it's decent. It's also Bluetooth, and it's plugged in hardwired. So man, you just get a whole lot with this for only $129. All right, and then last thing on top of all this is the brand new Beats Pro. And the Studio Beats Pro, man, and these things right here is amazing. And I'm gonna tell you, you could use these for multi-purpose, man. You can use this for running out and jogging, working out, any little thing like that. The spatial 3D audio with the iTunes or Spotify or whatever program you're using is crazy dope. Honestly, a steal. And guess how I got them for? These are costing about $300, right? But I got them on Black Friday for $170. So these is a super steal. Now, I'm gonna tell you this one thing, and I got a video coming out too, but I'm gonna gripe on this one little thing though about these headphones. When you plug them in, they have to be charged. Remember that. They always gotta be charged in order to use them. And that's one thing I do not like about them. But they still sound good, and they're beautiful, nice quality headphones from Beats, man. Shout out to Beats, man, for sure. All right, so next thing on the table we gonna talk about is the lights, man. Like I said before, the RGB lights is a must. So the lights that's behind here are the Govee play lights. And these end up costing me about 50 bucks, man. I got these attached to the back of the monitors just to give off a little bit more lighting. And you know, you can't go wrong with Govee lights, man. They do an amazing job and they're not too expensive. And you can connect so many lights with it and make it do all kinds of crazy things. And we're gonna be talking about more about Govee throughout the rest of this video. So again, like I said before, Govee play lights, man, that's the main thing. Next light that we got behind here, if you can see on the left side and the right side, we got the blue light and we got a red light. Those are also Govee lights, man. So again, those are just regular bulb lights. You could change up to any color. Beautiful lights. Now, on to the lighting kit. One of the things I want to talk about is the rainforest wall. This is something I designed myself, man. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, man. It's a vibe, man, when you sitting back in here and relaxing and just sitting there and just having this whole setup, man. And it's also a YouTube setup. Now, we haven't seen much of me using this setup yet, but that's for the future to come. But man, this ended up running me alongside with the Govee light strips on the top. This ended up probably running me a little bit about like $220 because the lights were about $20 and then the rainforest wall was about $200. And then I designed this up. Again, I haven't dropped the video yet, but I do have a video of me showing how I designed this and how I got this up on the wall and set this up. All right, next, more back into the lighting kit. We got over here the Elgato key light. And I ain't gonna lie, man, this was my first light that I purchased. And man, I learned a whole lot when I bought this light. So I thought I could just use regular lights in the room and everything would be cool. No, sadly, no. I bought this Elgato key light and I noticed everything changed as far as how my content started looking. And that was the first light that I bought, right? So it helped my content look a lot better, but it definitely helped my streaming look a lot better. And it didn't break the bank. This light right here, I think it ended up costing me about 150 bucks. And like I said before, Elgato makes extremely good products, man. So if you ever go on Elgato website, just know that you're getting some thorough stuff. All right, on to the next big light right here. This is the main big rig, man. It's the main big light. So this is the RC 120B small rigs light. And this is a COD light. So basically, what does that mean? This is basically a professional light that can shoot a super lot of light out and get you the most professional light that you want to get. And with this one in particular, it can go from blue light and it can go to white light. So daytime lights and outside light, basically what it could do. And alongside with this, we got the small rigs softbox, which this makes a whole big of a difference. If you buy this light without the softbox, your videos is gonna look terrible. Just letting y'all know that right now. It's gonna look terrible. But when you buy this soft light, the softbox is gonna change everything. And what does the softbox do? It basically diffuses the light and spreads it out evenly and helps the videos look amazing. Again, if you look on my YouTube and go back to my earlier videos, you'll notice that my lighting wasn't that good. But once I purchased this light, it changed everything. And this right here ended up costing me, the actual light itself ended up costing me $199. But the actual softbox itself ended up costing me $70. And then when I bought these lights, I was like, I need to get two. So you need a main light and then you need a key light. So on the back end, we got the Godox SL62BI alongside with the small rigs softbox. And again, like I said before, man, this is a cheaper light. Now, most people will probably be like, well, why didn't you get the same lights? Well, for me, I wanted to try different lights and also make another YouTube video for you guys to be able to show you guys the difference in what lighting does for your videos. But this light right here was a little bit cheaper, but they got different pros and cons, right? But this one ended up costing me about 150 bucks alongside with the softbox. Even though this softbox is a lot smaller than this softbox still cost me $70. So the light was 150, the light box was another 70 bones. So that's good on that. All right, on to the cloud ceiling. Now, again, I definitely got a video on the cloud ceiling. It's actually one of my most biggest videos. So if you want to know how to put this cloud ceiling up, go ahead and check that video out. But all I can say with this cloud ceiling, man, it's very, very nice. It's gonna help the aroma of the room. It definitely gonna bring you a better feeling depending on what you're doing. Right now I got the lights in reactive mode, so it's reactive to my voice, but there's so many different scenes that you can get with this. But one of the most important things about this cloud ceiling light is that you need to make sure you're getting the Govee RGB IC. I'ma say it again, IC. IC is the most important part about this part. Most important part about the cloud ceiling is because that's how it's able to do all this reactive acting stuff and all these different scenes that you can switch it over to and all that stuff. If you get the regular just RGB light strips, you're not gonna be able to do all that cool stuff, cool amazing stuff. So again, like I said before, I'm not gonna touch too much and too deep on this, but just know that this right here ended up costing me about a little bit under $200. Not a super hard job. Takes about 5 to 6 hours depending on who's helping you. Could be even faster depending on who helping you. But like I said before, definitely an important part of this room. All right, on to the wallpaper, the walls. Now, as you can see here, I got the walls blacked out. This is what is called a peel and stick wallpaper. Now, I bought these off Amazon. I think each roll was about $6. So all in all, I think I probably spent about $60 or $70 on paper for this side, and not for each side, but for all of it together, about $60 or $70. Again, this is another video I have on YouTube. I am gonna post a link down below so you could be able to check it out. But all in all, this is basically a renter-friendly option if you decide you want to change up your apartment in any kind of way with different colors without having something set in stone and permanent. So again, this adhesive on the back of this, you just pull it off, stick it on the wall, and it looks good. And then when you move out, you could just pull it off and or you could just change the color. It don't matter, whichever you want to do. But this is very easy, very simple job. Probably only take you about an hour at the most to do each wall if you're doing everything right and get a fast motion with it. All right, so on to this futon. Now the futon here, man, ain't nothing crazy, man. I just got this from Walmart, nothing special. This ended up running me about 200 bucks. I always got to have a futon in this room for a multi-purpose, man, just in case some people coming over and they want to spend a night. This drops down into a bed. Or when I got people over here, they want to listen to my music, or we talking about some business type stuff, we got more room in here for everybody to be able to sit out and chill down. So that's basically it on the futon part. Now onto this masterpiece, this 3D wall art piece. Now I ain't gonna lie, man, the 3D wall art is not that expensive, man. It's pretty cheap. This only ended up costing me about $70, right? But I decided I was gonna build it into something. I got it on some stuff on the back to make it seem to appear as if it's floating off the wall, but it didn't take that long, man. This is kind of just like how the rainforest wall on the other side. It's basically the same concept. We just done with two different materials. So again, like I said, I got a video coming out. It won't be per se on this. It's going to be on that, on the rainforest part, but it will be able to, you will be able to use this method on both sides. So again, like I said, this only cost me about $70. Next and last thing to talk about on this, no, not even the last thing, man. It's one of the best pieces about this is the Govee Glide lights. Now these also, the Govee Glide lights, man, these also is crazy. Like I said before, man, Govee is the way to go if you want to go RGB, man. Govee is definitely the way if you want to go RGB. So with these lights, man, they end up costing me 129 bucks per one. So this one and this one, it does have more glide bars, but I only needed so many of them, but you can only do like one and one, if that makes sense. So I got a piece here and I got a piece there to make it to run, so that's why I had to buy two. So this all in all ended up costing me about $240, man. Pretty expensive light bar, but I think it look good in my setup, and I just love how it helps with my content creating look, what I'm going for. All right, and then last on the list, man, is my camera. Now this is the A7 III, and most people might be like, why would you buy an A7 III, man? And I ain't gonna lie, like I told you before, man, the pawn shop, you get stains out of there, man, at the pawn shop, man. So again, I just bought this like maybe a couple of months ago, and for me, it's gonna be a perfect camera. To me, this is gonna be a B-roll camera slash photo camera. I do love taking pictures, and this is definitely miles better than the current camera that I'm using, but it's also got good video capabilities. There are better cameras out here, but I gotta stand on this, man. And this ended up costing me $1,100. And basically, when I ran a test on it to see what the shutter count was on it, it was only about 7 shutters. So it seemed to me that somebody purchased this camera or had it sitting around and wasn't using it. So in other words, I basically got me a brand new Sony A7 III for $1,100 when in store it's running for $1,900. And that's a stain, man. That is a super stain. And again, with my main B-roll camera, I got the ZVE10 paired up with a Sigma 16 millimeter and the small rigs camera, and I mean a small rigs body cage, and that ended up costing me about $1,300. And that is my main camera, so I'm gonna be using that camera right now for the main camera. camera, and I'm using this as my B-roll camera until I can get my hands on the FX30, which is a little bit more better than both these cameras. But man, that's my goal, to get my hands on one of those. But you know, that's for the future to come. And last on the list is my gimbal. This is the Zhiyun Crane M3, and basically this right here, man, it just helps balance and stabilize your footage, man. I ain't gonna lie, I did buy this when I first bought my ZV-10, and I haven't used it like that, but I do believe that I gotta sit down and learn it for real. But I haven't done everything I could do with my content yet. So whenever I'm start moving forward, this will always be in my back pocket to be able to go ahead, get things rolling. And again, this right here ended up costing me about 300 bucks. So yeah, man, this is the Zhiyun Crane. Very important if you're trying to get some super stabilized footage. Now, I almost forgot about one of the most important pieces when it comes to a home office slash gaming slash content creator setup, and that is the chair. This is very, very important when you having a content creator setup, because you gotta sit here for most of the time, so you need to be comfortable. Now, I can say I got my chair from Home Depot, but I'm not gonna knock my chair. It's pretty good, not the best. There are some super good chairs I've seen out there, cost a lot of money, but in my case, I ended up going with this one, like I said, from Home Depot. It ended up costing me about $250. But I'm gonna tell you one thing though, when I went over to my cousin's house and I sat in his chair, I got a completely different experience, and I never knew how important chairs was until I sat in his chair. The ironic thing about it is he got his off of Amazon for $100 cheaper than mine, and he didn't really even take that much time. He just picked the chair, but I noticed there was a big difference. So again, nothing wrong with this chair. This chair is decent if you check it out, you know what I'm saying? It ain't crazy, just a regular standard chair, man. But yeah, man, like I said before, a gaming chair or some kind of chair of whatnot is very, very important when it comes to a home office setup, because you're gonna be sitting here for quite some time, you know what I mean? So you always want to make sure you invest in yourself a good chair. All right, so that about wraps everything up. I just showed you around my $14,000 $655 room. It's crazy, man, all the stuff that I invested into this room. And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, you do not have to get all this stuff right away. This definitely took time, years and years of accumulation, and just focusing and paying attention and just staying geared to what it is. Being a content creator isn't the easiest thing, I'm gonna let y'all know that right now. But if you are interested in it, I say go for it, man. Definitely go for it. Right now, as being a content creator, I started about a year ago, and I'm just about to be monetized. I got just about 400,000 watch time hours, and I got about 670 followers or subscribers on YouTube now. So again, if you guys can go ahead, hit that subscribe button, man, I greatly appreciate it, man. If you can, like the video as well, because y'all know that helps the YouTube algorithm and pushes the video around so more people can see it. And comment down below if you got any questions about any of the stuff that I said before. I'm gonna post all the links to everything on here that I talked about. I am an Amazon affiliate that I have to disclose to you, so there is no extra cost to you guys. But if you do purchase through any of the links that I post down in the description, I do get a small commission from Amazon, so I greatly appreciate it. Like I said before, man, I'm about to get monetized, man, so I greatly appreciate y'all, man. I'm glad y'all follow me on this journey, man. If you guys stuck around to watch all the way to the end of this video, man, if you can, comment down in the description and put Party Boy TV thanks or something like that, man, just letting me know that y'all watched the whole video. Again, man, it's your boy Party Boy TV. We got more videos coming soon, man. Hopefully you guys stay tuned, and yeah, man, I'm out.